Hi, party people. I just hit start streaming instead of start recording. I'm talking about patch notes today. Oh boy. Anyway, Overwatch 2 retail patch notes, July 22nd, 2025. Better Together challenges. Overwatch is better with backup. From July 29th to August 25th, you'll get rewarded for rolling with your crew, complete 2, 4, and 6 games with a group, unlock 3 loot boxes with each milestone, playing out once. Simply completing games is all it takes, but wins in stadium matches count double, so bring your A game. Buddy up and battle out to finish the season strong, whether it's together rallying old friends or queuing with new ones. Have fun, it's better together. Great time. Junkrat's Loot Hunt from August 1st to the 3rd. Junkrat is back with another blast of chaos, and it'll be raining loot again and probably shrapnel. Junkrat's Loot Hunt is bringing daily match challenges that will unlock 3 loot boxes per day and up to 9 loot boxes total. Nice. Nice. Wait a minute. How many loot boxes? 12 loot boxes total from just playing the game? Matches each day. Progress resets daily at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So that's 1 a.m. Eastern. So if you got a fresh chance to go boom every morning. New tag improvements. We made several new enhancements to the new tag required for cosmetic items bought as the Mark All as Seen button in the hero gallery. All previously owned items will appear as new, but you can dismiss it by clicking Mark All as Seen. Okay, cool. Drives, competitive drives return from August 19th to the 26th with new challenge curve and the season 17 signature rack up wins. Okay, rack up wins, check your progress, and master your climb. Squad wins earn bonus drive score, and if you complete your last drive, you'll see a shiny prestige upgrade waiting at the top. Before the first checkpoint, you won't lose any drive score for losses. Man, as soon as I start recording, I yawn every single time, and I do not know why, but it's just there, and I can't stop it. And if you completed the last drive, you'll see a shiny prestige upgrade waiting at the top. Before the checkpoint, you won't lose any drive score for losses. And the amount you lose now scales up to the last season's rate as you climb up the checkpoints, making it easier than ever to claim those awesome rewards. And you can now get it in Stadium Ranked as well. Hero updates. Okay. The meta has been steady state for most of Season 17, so we're using this mid-season patch to take a look at less desirable perks, make adjustments based on hero ban trends, and tweak a few heroes in reaction to the Season 17 changes and the more powerful damage roll passive, with Season 18 including many perk changes. Wow. Wait, what? Crazy they just came out and said that. We wanted to bring up a handful of our least picked / less powerful perks so that they are competitive options that cut through your standard gameplay loops. As players have gotten fairly settled in their perk choices. Dude, every single time. I start recording and I start yawning. I have no idea why. It doesn't happen. I was literally just playing games. It doesn't happen then. Cut through your standard gameplay loops. As players have gotten fairly settled in their perk choices on particular heroes, some of these changes are beyond where we would have started for perk balance in Season 15. Over time, we've learned what's necessary for perks to stand out as interesting choice and marked a change in how you approach engagements. Dude, I can't. Developer comments. Below you'll find some adjustments that are related to hero ban trends or the current meta. Orisa has seen her matchup spread shift since the introduction of hero bans, particularly when it comes to facing beam-based weapons. Being able to dodge heroes like Zarya has brought up her popularity and performance, so we're pulling back her survivability and cooldown cycle. For Freya and Tracer, we're pulling back their damage capabilities and attempting to find a good middle ground for their current standing in the damage roster. Zenyatta also sees his Harmony Orb healing increase, as it has been lacking in an environment with more powerful DPS. Well, then nerf the damage roll. I'm so mad. They keep buffing the supports because the damage roll passive. It's dumb. It's dumb. Why? I don't get why they're buffing supports, because they buffed the damage roll passive. If they keep, they've buffed, I think 3. They buffed Lucio, they buffed Moira, they buffed Zen, I guess. I don't get it. I feel like the damage roll passive is not necessary, especially if they're buffing healers to account for it. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I say healers in the terms of only their healing, not just because they're supports. Diva, high number of rockets reduced from or for her heavy rocket. So her perk for heavy rockets shoots out bigger, slower rockets that you shoot out less of, but they do more damage. So they are reducing the number of rockets. Their impact damage is reduced, but they do more explosion damage, and their radius has been increased. So they're bigger and they do a little bit more damage from when they explode nearby, not when they impact something. And then they have fall off projectile. They have fall off. That's weird. I did not know they had projectile fall off. Anyway, armor reduced 325 to 300. We love seeing horse nerfs around here. Around these parts, we love seeing the horse get nerfed. Energy javelin cooldown increased from 6 to 7 seconds. Let's go, bro. Let's just go. Victory. His major perk, overhealth gain, increased from 50 to 100% of charge damage. Wow. That's crazy. That's actually insane. I like that a lot, though. Experimental barrier, secondary ability. Deployment cooldown reduced from 2 to 1 seconds. Wait, what? So he can put his shield up more often? Interesting. Interesting. I don't think that's going to change much about him, though. I don't... maybe it will. He'll definitely be a little bit more of a nuisance to deal with, but that's okay. Massive minor perk. Knockdown stun now reaches maximum duration at 30 meters, down from 40. Okay, I feel like that's still be like 25, because 30 meters is... there's not many places you're going to hit a 30-meter rock. Short circuit minor perk. So his minor perk, bonus damage to buildable objects increased from 50 to 100%. Okay, whatever. That's not... nobody's gonna pick that still. Guaranteed. Nobody's gonna pick that because it already goes through shields. No one's gonna pick that. The only case that matters in is Alari and maybe Torb turret. But when are you gonna see a Winston dive a Torb turret just to break it? Never. It's not. You're not gonna see it often. So that just needs to be changed. Damage roll. So that's all the tank changes. Anyway, the horse got nerfed. That's good. Damage, Ash, rapid fire minor perk. Primary fire penalty now reduced from 15 to 10%. Interesting. So that's a buff to her minor perk. She can now rapid fire and deal more damage. That's crazy. That's not crazy, but that's a pretty significant change to her damage or penalty, not reduction. You know what I mean. That's gonna be significant enough. You know what I mean. We'll have to see how that affects in-game. I think that... I mean, most people picked her perk anyway. Her perk... Ash's perks are kind of in general. But, they're not that insane. I mean, I feel like rapid fire anyway. Honestly, you could probably just leave it as normal, and it would be fine. I mean, she's probably going to take out a lot faster. Especially with her major perk, the one that if you hit 2 scope shots. So the combo would be something... hit fire, they die. Or maybe even like hit fire, scopes die. And then Sidewinder minor perk, knockback increase for both Ash and enemies reduced from 20% to 12%. Wait, they're nerfing that? I wonder what caused that, because I didn't feel like that needed to be nerfed, if I'm going to be honest. Sure, you did get knocked back really far as Ash, but like... maybe? I don't know. I really feel like that needed to happen, if I'm being honest. I don't think her perks were that crazy. But maybe there's value there that I'm just not seeing. Which is fine, because I've never claimed to be know-it-all of this. I just like looking at the stuff. So maybe there's value there that I'm just not seeing. Configuration Artillery Ultimate Ability. Yes! We love Bastion buffs. If you're here, we love Bastion buffs. And I mean it, if Sombra's on... I haven't seen her. They said in response... to hero bans, and Sombra's the most banned hero in Overwatch. We'll see. 5-draw crossbow, primary fire damage reduced from 30 to 25. Maximum ammo increase from 12 to 15. Nice. Okay. So, wow, a 5 damage per arrow is kind of crazy. But that's fair, because she does do a lot of damage. Hanzo's storm bow, primary fire project. Okay, so they're increasing the size of projectiles again. I feel like they make this change like once a year. They change the size of his projectiles. Anyway, I mean, it's going to make it headshots, which I feel like he already gets a lot of lucky headshots, but it's just going to make that feeling go up a little bit. And they're buffing his ultimate. He gets... am I crazy for thinking that he already gets a lot of ultimates? Like in a game, his to not... you know, his ult percentage is higher than... I don't know what that was trying to say. I feel like he gets a lot of ultimates already in a game. Damage per second increase from 300 to 400. Okay, so it's a straight up buff to his ultimate. Interesting. So if you get stuck in his ult, you're going to die a lot faster now. Let's consider this a buff to you. You get stuck in his ultimate, you're going to die a lot faster. That means you respawn faster. You respawn faster. Perk attack speed duration increase from 1 to 2 per second. Okay, I don't actually know much of his perks. I don't play a lot of Hanzo. So if you Hanzo and this means something to you, I'm both sorry and happy. Yamagami technique, major perk, cooldown speed increase from 250 to 300%. Yay! Let's go. This is such an amazing nerf buff. This is an amazing, terrible change. Aluminum frame, minor perk. Now prevents trapped enemies from being healed instead of revealing them through walls. Wow! That's insane. So that's awesome. Wait, that actually changes this whole perk. Wait a minute, that's so good. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's gonna change the game. That's gonna be picked every single time. Wait a minute. That's huge. Concussion mine arming time reduced from 0.5 to 0.25. Okay. Aurora. That's actually huge. That's gonna be picked a lot now. I can feel it. They're increasing the ult cost of Death Blossom. Okay. Oh no. Tracer, they're just bringing her back to where she was. Wait, they're not actually. They're damage the same, and they're increasing her spread from 3.0 to 3.5. Okay. So they're sticking to their guns. They're sticking to their guns. They said I know what's good for damage for Tracer, and they said I'm sticking to it. We're just gonna make it so her bullets go a little bit more this way and that way. Okay. Ultimate cost. They're buffing Widowmaker. Really funny. It's not like a major buff, but I feel like people complain about Widowmaker so much. You know? They complain about her and then the team buffs her. I don't complain about Widowmaker. I think she's fine. I really don't think she's that big of a deal to deal with. But that's so funny that buffing it and people are going to complain about this. They're going to be like, the Widowmaker's so overpowered and the team went and buffed her again. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be like. So, okay, so no Sombra changes. No changes at all. Interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm afraid. Look, it's going to be a perk change, hopefully, not a boop nerf. But, oh, I'm scared. Minimum fallout for increase from 20 to 25 meters. Wow. Juno nerf. Movement acceleration in air. So Juno's going to feel like crap. Probably not like crap, but like she's going to feel different with the healing reduction from damage passive. And now she can't heal from as far away. And then movement acceleration in air is reduced when changing directions after the initial burst movement. Oh, wow. Okay, so nerfs to Juno. Sorry about the nerfs, Juno players. That's crazy. No! Okay. Ultimate cost increased by 9%. Sad. Rest in peace. It's not actually that sad. But, like, it feels bad, man. I mean, when are you ever... Anyway, whatever. Who needs an ultimate? Beats, like, the most useless one. And then Yada, Harmony... Oh, wait a minute. Flashpoint reworks are in. I forgot about that. Healing increase from 30 to 35 health per second. Healing increase... per second increase from 300 to 400 during Transcendence. Okay, whatever. Keep in line with the Ultimate Dragon. Core map updates. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. We're playing Flashpoint today in stream, by the way. Flashpoint has always sparked a range of passionate opinions. With the new map Atlas, we felt that a lot of learnings from Saravasa and New York City, so it's only fitting that we go back to those, update those maps as well, to focus on these areas, readability, stronger themes, and flow. Navigating and understanding where you are, blah, 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 blah. Building out, keep the focus points of interest and spawn rooms, and interesting these maps is crucial. Having clear, visual, distinct areas. We talked about a lot of this before. I've covered it a bunch in there, but so we're not gonna we're just gonna look at the pictures. I'm not gonna read too big into it. If you want to see more, I made a whole video going over the developer update, watching the whole thing where they described it all in detail and show everything. Okay, so. I can probably before. So what they wanted to do is make everything more distinct. They increased the height of added more distinct features. They removed the car and then they changed this a little bit so it's taller and also more connected around. So it's a good change. We'll have to see how it plays out in game, but I'm so excited about these. Oh, so before it was all dry and stuff, and now they've added water and things to it. I'm excited to see this because this one looks really cool. But plus, look at this change. This before it's just this narrow room. Now it's the doorway, and then there's 2 little spots on either side, which make this whole area more open, and you don't have to fight through a narrow choke like that. Before and after, this is probably one of the most drastic changes because this is on both sides of the map. Because they're mirrored, kind of. Well, not kind of. Besides the 4 capture points, they're kind of mirrored. And even the capture mirrored on both sides. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's hard to say what I'm thinking in my brain. But this is probably one of the biggest changes. Is they just removed this building entirely. And it's now just like a little open courtyard with more stuff. And then this spawn point has completely reworked. It's hard to see it. I believe, no wait, this is coming right out of spawn. So these are the doors that you go out of right out of your spawn. This is your spawn room right here. And then these doors are the ones you go through right outside of spawn. So they changed it so now that there's this big wall and you have 2 trees right outside. And it's a lot more open and you no longer have to go out and through a tiny little room just to get into spawn, into the fight. So this is the palace room. Yeah, the palace room. Doors taller. They changed the visuals a little bit. I can't remember exactly. They just made this. They made that whole a lot better. We'll have to look at it in game. Well, when you play a game, you look at it in game because it looks really good. Next is New Junk City, which is also insane because look at the change. This is like the bridge going into the first, and then look. So you know how it had the underneath section? They completely removed it here. There's no more going underneath. It's all a lot more flat and open. And this choke point here to get into, I believe, bomb flats, or that point that's over here, this is a lot smoother of a transition now. You no longer have to like go around or go up, and it's weird. This felt weird. This feels a lot better. Next is, and plus they made a lot more changes that they're not showing because obviously you can't show every single change inside of these patch notes. So if you want to see all the changes that they made, go watch that developer update video I made a month or 2 ago. And it'll tell you everything you need to know. So, this point they changed. This is the same thing we're just looking at here. It's just another picture. So the bridge is gone. The gone. It's now a lot more flat. And then they lowered the height of these buildings a little bit, and they increased the height of the doorway, so it's a lot easier to get into. And again, here's another photo of it from the other side. Again, it's all flattened. There's no underneath, and it's a lot easier to get into these points. Then this is the what is it called? It's the point that's inside and there's a hole in the center of the control point. This is that side. So they completely just removed the building. So you know how they had that one building where the doorway was there and on both sides you could go in, there's like a little thing in the center. Completely removed it and it's now just all open. It's a lot more open. You'll have to again, these pictures won't do it justice. You'll have to go in game and experience it to feel how it actually is. But it's really good. And maybe we'll take a look at that in game. This is the I don't know the name of these control points, but it's the one that's got the flat point in the center and that has the weird staircases on both sides. The point is a lot of this stuff got changed, a lot of this stuff got updated so it's shorter, wider, and more open. Okay, so next we're getting into updates, and again, I'm not going to go through insane detailed on stadiums changes because I haven't played every hero. I don't even know half the names of these powers and items, so I don't know what they did before or after. So if you see a hero, I'm just going to scroll through quickly. If you see a hero that you're interested in, you can pause, read those changes, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, now I know, and you get it. So for me, I play Lucio, so I'll probably take a closer look at Lucio. Than some of you will, but like, let's say you play Diva, you'll closer look at Diva. So again, I don't know. I'll read the comments for each one, and then that'll be it. So, and then you'll be able to each one as I read those comments. Diva has been having a tough time in early rounds, especially against beam heroes, heavy counters for her defensive tools. To address this, we're introducing a new hero item aimed at improving her effectiveness in those matchups. Additionally, her solo survivability has been lagging behind other tanks. This patch help her stay in the fight longer and thrive without immediate team support. Koki Slam. Okay, so she gets more armor and her healing scale. Wait, that's cool. That's kind of Orisa. Orissa's Javelin focused build has been disrupting enemies, but it also came with some clunky interactions that impacted its reliability and clarity. This patch addresses those rough edges to smooth out the experience and help her disruption tools feel more responsive and intuitive to use. These are her changes. Next one. Damage. Developer comments. This update improves its consistency so you can land those chilly plays more reliably. Enjoy freezing the competition. So again, she's only got one change. Why are we getting slow? Ana, developer comments. Ana has struggled to make an impact in the late game with unscoped weapon build, power build. The new epic item is designed to address that, giving her tools to become a new, more reliable, formidable threat. So she just got a new epic item that gives her 15% weapon power. Nice. Okay, Juno buff I see. Stellar Focus, a clear standout strength compared to other power options, often feeling underwhelming in practice. This update aims to give a more defined impact, helping it stand out as a meaningful and competitive choice in your build. Increased duration to 50% up from 35%. Kiriko's clone is reworked to serve a more utility-focused role rather than functioning as the overly lethal auto turret it once was, which it was. This change should help her contribute more reliably to team utility, generate stadium cash more consistently. In addition, Fleetfoot has been updated based on popular feedback, requiring a bit more commitment when diving into the backline, reinforcing the risk-reward dynamic of aggressive plays. Clone Conjuration. The clone heal and damage contributes to early stadium cash. Okay, so now so the clone's healing and contributes to her cash gain, like she needed that. There's now a delay before the clone starts healing or dealing damage after being spawned. Nice. Clone's health has been reduced. It can be increased by ability power. Interesting. Fleetfoot power. Swift step cooldown is increased by 30% when used without a target. And Foxy Fireworks power. Projectile speed is now the same as a regular kunai. Interesting. I don't know why I just started reading everything. I just did. You know what? Let me go back and read Orisa and Diva, because it's not that much. Toki Slam. Now the damage scales from both power and shield combined. Increase healing scalar up to 50% from 30%. Normal survival hero item. New item, 25 armor. While you have armor, gain 15% damage reduction against beams. Nice. And it costs 2,000. Armory. Introduce exhaust ports, a rare survival general item. Each stack of overhealth granted now expires individually instead of refreshing the duration of all the overhealth stacks granted from this item. Interesting. Ironclad exhaust ports have been too powerful on certain heroes with low base ability cooldowns and crowding out other survival options at that price point. We're making this more consistent with... Okay, cool. So they're just... Oh, it was too powerful. Bug fixes. Diva, Echo, Soldier. Let's see if they're telling the truth this time. Let's see if they're telling the truth. I don't know if they are. Okay. And July 9th, they decreased her blink boots to 30% from 65, so now that she's not as strong, because this was kind of just dominating for a little while. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. Now we're just getting into previous ones. Okay, that is your patch notes. Again, you feel like you again, check out these maps in yourself. If you have any comments or concerns, questions, don't take them to me, take them to Blizzard, because I'm not a developer. I just read patch notes for fun. Anyway, check out One Trick on July 27th. I'll be in it. I'll be in One Trick on Top on July 27th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST. The whole time I'll be there. The entire time. July 27th. One Trick on Top. I'll be playing Lucio against some of your favorite creators. Small to medium size. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Later.
Full-on cheese? Sensational.